My name is Bill, and I'm the youth minister at St. Andrew's Roman Catholic Parish in Sierra Vista. And we've been doing pro-life activities for years and years, as the Catholic Church always has. So we're just coming up here for the first time to be pro-life in a new and exciting way.
And Bill, how did you find out about this particular outreach on Friday?
Well, our group came up. We had about over 30 people come up from St. Andrew's for the March for Life a few weeks ago, where we started with Mass at the Cathedral and then walked with thousands of people up to Holy Hope Cemetery. And there we got the flyer about the prayer ministry outside of Planned Parenthood here. And the kids were the motivators for this. They got really excited and said, we want to do more to support life and to be pro-life. This is a new thing for us, to come out and actually pray for a change of hearts outside of an abortion clinic where you might actually save a life, in real time. So it's just very inspirational to do this. It's very new. So we have new feelings coming in as we're doing this, and we'll talk with the kids afterwards. We have 19 of us up here from Sierra Vista today. So we'll talk afterwards and say, how did you see God or the Holy Spirit working in your life through this? We have really good, strong girls, strong in the faith, strong in their love for God. And we actually had, in November, we had a fundraising dinner for the CareNet Pregnancy Center in Sierra Vista. And we had an incredible speaker there, Patricia Sandoval, who shared her story of going down into utter darkness. And she actually had 3 abortions and worked for Planned Parenthood because she thought abortion was fine when she was younger. And just working for 2 weeks at Planned Parenthood and having to sort through the remains of an abortion to determine if all the pieces were there, she could only do that for 2 weeks before she was like, this is wrong. What I've always thought, was okay, a blob of cells is wrong. Her testimony was so powerful, this Patricia Sandoval, that I think that's been the start of this new, cause, this new desire to do more for life. And so the girls that were there that heard that, and the guys too, most people don't actually know what happens during an abortion because they're told a lie. It's a blob of cells and it's not a human. Just saying I'm pro-life is one thing, but doing something about it is a big step, and it's hard to do because in their culture, in our broad culture, but even in the high school culture where they are, everyone talks pro-choice. And so for them to actually take this next step and say, I need to actually stand up for life, not just quietly pray or support it, that's going to be a new step for them. And I think with God's strength, the Holy Spirit behind them, that they will all of a sudden, it'll help them know themselves and know how important it is to speak out your faith in love. And that'll help them become who they were meant to be with God, As we were driving up here, I was like, I have this little funny pit in my stomach coming up here. Because it's really different when you're in your own church or community saying I'm pro-life and all that. But when you're standing here in front of a clinic that is, kind of the closest thing we have to something like concentration camps back, where mass killing has happened for. It's just a deep experience.
Bill, what you're doing out here is fantastic. If every youth pastor, or no, not even, if 1/4 of the youth pastors in American churches would do what you're doing today, we would have a gigantic impact on shutting abortion down and turning America back to a culture of life.
Yeah, I think we would, because it's going to be this next generation that has to do it, because the adults are too timid in many ways, and they think they're alone, and it's going to have to be the energy of the youth that turns this around for us, and to start turning the country back onto a culture of life instead of culture of death, So, and I don't think this will be the last time we're up here. I'm sure we'll come again, but I'll prepare the kids then to see if any of them do want to give a testimony, so they can be prepared and do something nice. So,
but I want to thank you for coming out here and giving your story. It's fantastic what you're doing, and I hope maybe as you have a chance to digest what happened today, talk with your young people, when you go talk with Hands of Hope, to encourage them to get involved, because these clinic escorts would not be out here if what we are doing on the sidewalk was not effective.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah, good.
Well, thank
you. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Yeah.